but we've got more in store for you, our listeners. You can listen to all of our episodes online and give us your time, so maybe we can get some motherfucking floors where we live. Hey, I'm just joking, there's totally a floor where we're living. That's all just a joke, there's totally a floor where we're at. Don't worry about it. What's up, you guys?
I like that one.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
One time my dad picked me up in Oregon to bring me to his house in California when I was a kid. I was like 6. And he put me in his Volkswagen Bug. And
Like
it
in
was
the back? Or?
in the front. And he's like, it was like 4 in the morning because he only drove this drive at 4 in the morning to avoid traffic from Oregon to California.
Was he the Great Santini? What the fuck?
Yeah. And he bundled me in the car in a comforter and was like, just don't put your feet down. And it was pitch black outside, and I was like, okay. And as we're driving and the sun starts coming out, I look down. The car had no floor.
What?
There was no floor to the car.
So you didn't notice this until you're already in it?
I was bundled in a comforter with my feet in the seat, all buckled up, snug as a bug.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then...
So the ground was just moving underneath you.
Yeah, so if you put your feet down, they would be ripped clean
They're
from your
just
ankles.
highway.
Why was there no floor in this
Because
car?
there was like holes. It was like huge holes. Like it wasn't just like clean
just
cut,
had rusted
no
out
floor.
floorboards.
But there was, there was the whole body.
There's got to be a fix-it ticket for that, right? Like that's
Yeah, but they can't see it from the outside.
They can't. No,
that's really the main thing. You can't. And he was probably running pot across the border too at the time.
It's not a good idea if you have holes in the...
You couldn't put it on the floor. It'll fall right through.
No, I think the trunk had a floor.
And it was all sealed up? No holes?
No holes.
I feel like a Volkswagen Bug is the worst vehicle to smuggle drugs.
Oh, yeah. They look at you and they're like, it's full of pot,
yeah,
right?
He's definitely doing drugs right now.
Oh, he was probably doing drugs. I remember we took another really scenic father-daughter trip when I was like 13 to go rescue my brother from a meth lab in Oregon.
Okay, it feels like you're just taking rides with your dad as cover for his drug smuggling operations.
Right? I know. It was great because I was on spring break and my mom
You're like
was...
his backup.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It was like Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah. I'm not peddling this weed across county lines. I have my daughter here.
Looking back on it, like we went into like the deep woods of Oregon, like to a few different properties, and I kept being like, this is so boring. And he's like, we're just trying to locate your brother. And at the time I was like, totally reasonable, I guess. And then we finally found him like sleeping in like a shell of a car at this place with so many kittens. And as a kid, I was just like, there's a bunch of kittens here. I think I was like 12. I was like, this is a great place.
This is paradise.
This is paradise. I was like, can I take a kitten home? And my dad was like, no, not this time, buddy. And Kayla's dad was running drugs.com is apparently only $11.99.
That's not bad.
We have a lot of good domain names. So if we ever want to make a website,
I don't think he was running drugs
for our merch.
Well, the even better part was we picked my brother up from this meth lab property.
Oh yeah.
Bundled him in the car. He didn't want to go. He was busy. But my dad's like, get in the car.
Busy being high on meth.
He was busy making meth.
Yeah.
And then we immediately went to pick up my nephew, who I think was like 9 at the time, from his vegan mother's yurt deep in some other woods.
Equally as dangerous and destructive as
And the first thing
meth.
that happened when he hit the car, I was like this little girl in middle school, and they're all like, oh, man, I'm so glad that we got Zach, my nephew, out of that terrible situation with that vegan nightmare. And we all immediately went to Burger King because he's like, I just want a burger. And all the men in the car were like, we're going to get you a burger, kid. It's going to be okay.
Wow.
And then we drove home. And that was how I spent my summer vacation.
I like how they were more concerned about the vegan aunt in a yurt than the meth-making son.
Incidentally, they rescued my brother from a meth lab in Oregon and took him to Guerneville, California.
Oh, yeah, that's supposed to go.
Where he just probably, I for sure did a bunch more meth. Like my PlayStation went missing that summer.
Yeah. Speaking of Guerneville, we'll be in Guerneville tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, baby.
On KBBBG.
KGGGPT.
On the KGBGT.
KKKGVTV.
VVTV. We're going to be in Tel Aviv, Israel tomorrow doing a radio broadcast.
We will have a national broadcast beheading.
We're going to be beheading a
The dead weight of the
besmirched
podcast.
virgin.
Chris Ferdinandson. That's a Ferdinandson guarantee.
Kayla will be doing her witch hexes.
Okay, so
Just murmuring to herself. Like,
Jamie has just informed me that Kayla's dad was
Her eyes
involved
gonna roll
in
in the back of her head.
Guys, stop
gonna be a lot
talking
of
about
winds
me
picking up.
being a witch.
Very
papers around the
windy.
room are just flying.
Look, clearly I wasn't a witch
Documents going all
because
about.
neither of you annoying assholes has anything wrong with you.
Your hands are.
If I
Jittering
could do
from you.
anything right now, yeah, I wish. I mean, Chris's head is shaved, but other than that, nothing bad has happened to him.
I thought you said I looked good with the shaved head.
You look cute with a shaved head. You keep complaining about it.
Well, you
Don't
just
you
complain about
dare!
it.
Don't you dare turn everything back around on me.
All right, dude.
Is this how? This is how witches' curses work, right? Like I curse you, but instead it all just comes back to me,
No, that's not how it's supposed
like
to
a
work.
genie's
If
wish,
you have
like a
fingers,
Ferdinandson guarantee.
The genie's wish never comes back
Please.
on their genie.
Please,
Please. I thought we talked about this, dude.
the
TR.
Ferdinandson guarantee,
TM.
the FG.
Ferdinandson guarantee is trademarked by Chris Ferdinandson. Right? Don't fuck with it. Nobody else can use it in a riff, in a skit, in a set. Nothing, dude.
What are your teeth kind of yellow? Let me come on them. It's gonna be brighty white. It's
Yeah.
a Ferdinandson guarantee.
Ferdinandson guarantee.
All right. Well, we won't rehash. We'll just save the Ferdinandson guarantee for serious moments.
Yeah. All right. What's going on in the world these days? Anything?
No,
interesting?
nothing. Everything's fine. The
The
world's not ending.
It's a lot of smoke outside.
Yeah,
It's very smoky.
A county-
Thanks to Mike's barbecue.
barbecue.
Yeah.
A county nearby is on fire. All of California is just intermittently on fire. We're in the end times, y'all.
Probably. I mean,
Feels pretty good.
I feel good about it.
Yeah, I feel fine.
Yeah, I feel like I've lived enough.
I just want to run up all my credit cards.
That's a good call. Yeah, just rack up a bunch of
I just
debt.
want to rack up a bunch of debt for the next 12 years and then...
Like it's
Well,
1999.
I mean, that's cool. That's cool and sexy to get a bunch of debt.
Yeah, who doesn't want someone with a bunch of debt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the 20s were about. Just being sexy, drinking, and getting a bunch of debt.
The roaring 20s?
I mean, they were also
The
roaring.
1920s?
Are those going to be roaring
Oh.
as well, you think?
I thought you meant the 1920s.
I did.
Because it was about getting a bunch of debt.
That's
And
yeah,
then we had the
exactly.
Great
I did mean the
Depression.
1920s.
Only our Great Depression is going to be less about, like, bankers jumping out of windows and more about all of us on fire.
No, it's gonna be more about like people just being depressed. Like it's just gonna be like
We're already in the Great Depression, y'all. It's called the Millennial Malaise. I'm coining it right now.
okay.
Millennialmalaise.com.
I don't know what that means. I don't know
I
what
got a bunch
malaise
of millennial
means.
mayonnaise in my sheets.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Malaise is
We
just
were
like a
just
condiment.
trying to elevate the level of...
I'm sorry.
Rapport
I'm dragging
on this
shit down. I'm
podcast.
gonna stay quiet.
The dead weight of the podcast? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, guys, no one's a dead weight of the podcast.
I absolutely am.
No, you aren't. I think I am.
No. I am.
Millennialmalaise.com is available for $11.99, y'all.
I feel like they're all the same price.
I know. I feel like these are fake and not actually for sale, and then we're just going to go to buy them, and then...
VeganNightmare.com was taken.
Because that's
Vegan
a great
nightmare.
web.
That's a good one.
I think that Millennial Malaise is literally the greatest thing I've ever said.
What's malaise even mean?
It's just
Is it
like...
Hawaiian?
It's Malaysians. It's a continent, Mike. It's just
It's the
kinda-
people who invaded China.
It's like a malaise. Like you're in a funk. You're just not... You know, it's kind of like the feeling we all have about our impending doom.
Okay.
Is it kind of like the Wu Wei sort of energy? You know, like you just let things come to you and you don't really do much about it. You just sort of like let things happen.
Shout
and
out to
kind of roll
Samantha
with it.
Gilwhite's podcast.
New agey shit.
New agey shit.
Shout out the Gill Whites as a whole.
Gill whites? What's the gill whites?
Isn't that what we just said? The Gill Whites?
Yeah, Samantha Gilwhite.
Yeah, the Gill
The
Whites.
gill whites. Yeah.
Her dad,
Sure.
She
brother?
doesn't have a
Her whole
dad.
sister?
She doesn't have a brother.
her aunt.
She
Shout
doesn't
out.
have that either.
Yeah.
She's got nothing. So she has a podcast. It's all
Jane.
to Jane Gilwhite.
Jane Gill
we
White.
know
All
you're
of her
out there
important
Yeah.
work
We
with
know you're out
chimps.
there. I just want to shout out to you.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
God for
yeah,
your
hard
work
work, Jane.
at the public library.
I once, this is no exaggeration, when I moved into a house in Sebastopol, there was a neighbor named Jane, and me and my brother showed us our buttholes all together.
Consensually or?
Consensually, yeah.
Okay,
wait,
she was like, so she was like, hey, show me your butthole.
She came over to the house one time and like...
For the butthole showing?
Yeah.
like a penguin feeding at SeaWorld?
On the telephone poles?
All of you.
How old
It's
were
like come
you?
over around 5:30. We were probably, let's see, I was probably 5 or 6. My brothers were younger, like 3 years younger.
She was an adult woman.
And she was an adult woman.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah, who came over to the house, and then I think my mom answered the door, and then me and my brothers run in like to the background and just bend over and show our buttholes to this lady.
What did your mom do?
She freaked the fuck out. She was like, "Holy shit!"
Was this your...
Exactly. Holy
Wait,
shit.
Whose call was the butthole showing?
I don't remember who made the
I
call.
feel like
I
It was,
just remember thinking about it later.
the way you said that, it was your call.
Definitely my
You
call.
were definitely the butthole
I was
ringleader.
like, "Hey guys, this is what we got to do."
We're going to show this grown
It was
woman
Barnum and buttholes, and you were the
a
ringleader.
rusty fucking balloon knot.
Oh my god.
So shouts out to Jane. I forget your last name, but
I feel like if you're gonna see a butthole, though, like a 5-year-old's butthole is the most pristine and unoffensive butthole. you
it
can
wasn't.
It's already been trashed at that point.
Already been fucking
See.
absolutely
Buttholeringleader.com is available for $11.99.
Just devastated.
Just a devastated toddler butthole.
I had a tight butthole for.
I'm not gonna Google.
Toddlerbutthole.com.
We can't get into this subject. We have to get away.
Devastated toddler butthole is
No, you don't say it like that, Mike.
We have to separate ourselves from young
No, Mike,
tight butthole
it's the commas.
jokes and young boy
Commas
jokes.
are important. It's devastated toddler butthole, not a devastated toddler
You
butthole.
see many URLs with commas? In
No. Shut this down. Shut this down. Shut this down.
Shut it down.
Because like the name of the podcast is Three Cute Boys.
That's right.
We can't be making pedophile jokes anymore.
Well, I think it has a reverse irony to it.
Like if you Google Three Cute Boys, it's going to be gay porn.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Oh, so you're saying all gays are pedophiles now?
No,
Mike?
I'm just saying that
I
it doesn't
see.
help when we start talking about young, ripe, pink,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
sexy,
whoa,
just
whoa.
bald young boys.
Look, if it's about me, then I'm fine with it. I'm telling the story. If people can touch my butthole, not some other random 5-year-old's butthole. My butthole.
I
difference.
think that we have exhausted this
Is that okay?
butthole. And we
Well,
can-
his butthole is exhausted.
You got that right.
That's a Fred and Nancy guarantee.
God damn it. Well,
Ugh.
Ruby Ridge.
no, we're not talking about Ruby Ridge. Okay, so Ruby Ridge.
Who is he?
Nobody. There's no Ruby. It's not a man.
His name's not Ruby Ridge.
There's no myth. There's no legend. It's just...
Ruby Ridge seems like an
It's
old
a
West
myth-
outlaw.
Yeah, it's a mythology from my childhood because my dad used to rack up $500 phone bills on the relief effort for Ruby Ridge.
What? Wait, I don't understand. Like, what is it?
It was like this freedom fighter bonanza in the 90s where this guy... It was not white nationalists. That's it. I swear to God, I'm going to put on a tinfoil fucking hat.
Is it like some weird like militia out in like Colorado woods?
So what
somewhere?
happened was this guy who was very religious and he thought that like we were in the end times and he had a bunch of kids and he's like, I just want to move to the middle of nowhere and live off the land and be quietly Christian.
Okay.
Sounds totally pure.
Yeah.
Totally fine. So
Totally
they
legit.
started going to like a local church and the local church had a lot of white nationals that went to it. And
Okay.
the U.S. government was monitoring the church for terrorist activity.
Okay.
So
Because all the white nationalists.
Because of the white nationalists. So the guy who was
Domestic
going to
terror.
for domestic terror. Domestic terror always just I always just
So kind of like
picture-
this relationship, domestic terror.
It just Chris
Domestic,
beating the
absolutely.
shit out of me with a phone cord. The government
Where's the damn
monitors
phone
for that. Where's the fucking phone cord? There's never a phone cord when you need one.
Thunderbolt cable.
Yeah, it's one of those old phone cords from the '90s, the curly Q ones that are actually kind of nice when you get hit with them.
Kind of cute, yeah.
It's kind
Well,
of you go, ooh, oh honey, I'm sorry I burned the pot roast. So this
Push down some fucking tall stairs.
this totally reasonable, God-fearing. He wasn't a white nationalist. he was going to a church with a bunch of white nationalists, and they wanted.
That sounds pretty close.
They wanted guns, and then he was like, "I could make a sawed-off shotgun." So he made them a sawed-off shotgun. Turns out there were just U.S. agents posing as white nationalists at this church, and they entrapped him into selling them a sawed-off shotgun. So then I think it was something along the lines of, they're like, if you tell us more about the white nationalist activity, we won't send you to jail for this firearms thing. And he's like, I don't know anything, but even if I did, I'm not a snitch. And then they're like, fine, we're gonna, like, he went to his own property. And they were coming to arrest him, and they came on his property, and they shot his 14-year-old son. No, they shot his 14-year-old son's dog. And the kid had a gun because they were hunting out in the woods because they were on their own property. And then they saw the kid with the gun, and then they shot the kid dead. So the dad goes home, and then these snipers are like, come out, and the guy's like, no. So then they shoot his wife in the head in their own house in front of their kids and baby.
Shit, I saw that. I saw that in the show Waco. In the show Waco.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like happened right before Waco, Texas.
It did, yeah. And there's a whole documentary on Netflix about it. So they shot his wife in the head, and then they're like, dude, just come out. And he's like, I'm not coming out. You killed my son, and you killed my wife.
Yeah, then
and
Michael
I feel like
Shannon
you're
came
gonna
out.
kill all of us. And so they holed up in there. They had a baby. They had like little girls in there, and they were surrounded. And it was this standoff forever. And eventually they came out, and then he sued the U.S. government and won. Because it was such a nightmare.
Yeah.
And what was Greg Keller's involvement in
During this whole time, my dad knew the guy that ended up talking the dude out of the house, and my dad was on the phone to him in Idaho, going back and forth with the local militia, trying to assist in the aid efforts to get food and mental help to this guy who was holed up in his house. So the whole time my dad was just in California pulling out his hair in tufts while he was supposed to be homeschooling me as a kindergartner. My mom would go to work all day. I would be
How long
home
were you homeschooled?
for a year.
Okay.
For kindergarten. It was totally free. I could have gone to school.
No, that's legit.
You can homeschool kindergarten, but homeschool kids later on, all through middle school and elementary, they turn out a little weird.
My dad was homeschooled.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, homeschool is not a good idea. I was so bored that I taught myself how to write the entire alphabet that year because I was just stuck at home with my insane dad. But he was freedom fighting. So,
what is that code for?
for being lazy.
Aiding and abetting a white nationalist?
Listen, say what you will. I'm on the side of I'm anti-government.
I watched the show Waco, Texas about Waco, and they talked about that issue, and it seemed like the FBI fucked that whole thing up.
Oh yeah.
Leave it.
They shouldn't have shot the dude's wife. They shouldn't have shot the son.
No, they totally fucked it up. And it was a nonsense thing. I mean, it was it was entrapment, and then they just killed them.
Yeah.
But then also the Waco massacre. I remember my dad brought home a VHS tape of that and made me watch it with him when I was 8.
Yeah.
And
You can't trust the government. That is a Ferdinand guarantee.
You guys, what have I said
But-
about using my goddamn...
but wait, don't.
Right?
Do you
That
like?
shit is mine.
Do you?
It's all about trusting the government.
Chris loves the government
Hey man, they
And
keep
police.
and the police.
Yeah.
As much as he loves a good cannabis leaf, he also loves the United States of America.
No, who doesn't?
God bless America.
I'm a big USA guy.
God bless America.
I'm proud to be an American where at least I know I'm free. You
Your
know?
haircut says it all.
I'm very uncomfortable with the amount of times we've said white nationalists.
We're gonna be on a list.
because of the fact I got my head shaved last week.
Yeah.
It's not a good look for the podcast.
It
or-
seems
We
like
said
you're
it
put
was-
into a certain group.
We said it was for Sober October, but it was
Who would
really.
have thought it's just a different kind of shame that I'm going through? Who would have thought?
But it's already starting to grow back. You're starting to look much...
Look,
I like it.
This is the thing. Do you look handsome? Yes. Do you look like you escaped from a county jail? Yes. Those two things are not mutually exclusive.
Does it look like you sell turnips
Have
on a
you
pickup
never
bed?
seen Prison
Maybe.
Break?
That sounds pretty good.
That's a good
Like a
life.
farmer's market salesman?
Yeah.
These guys are attractive.
Some of them.
But not like a
Down to earth, you know?
not like a dreadlock.
Well, they're in the
one.
earth.
Yeah. Most of the time. They got a good farm. I could just go farming, dude. Fuck stand up.
Yeah. Be a farmer.
Fuck everything. I'll just fucking farm, dude. I'll fucking corn it up.
I went to like
Pornhub Premium is what my
Pornhub.
Pornhub Premium.
It's Pornhub
You can
Premium
subscribe.
available.
Yo, you can go on Cornhub. Cornhub's a thing.
Pornhub.
Yeah,
Is
Cornhub.
it porn with corn?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's just like
Hey,
look
Mike,
at this.
can you
Look at
look
this
that up?
sexy corn.
There's
Jamie.
no way
It
it's
is
available.
So
Oh.
can you look
Can
it
look
up?
up
Look up the
I will
website,
not
Cornhub.
look it
Oh,
up.
come on.
No, no,
I am very anti-pornography on my cell phone.
That is such a
Dude, it's not
weird
even
such
porn.
a-
It's just
to
it's
have,
corn.
dude.
I'll
look
It's
it
on
up.
the phone. Just look at
I'll
porn
look it
on
up.
the phone.
It's
like
just
the
corn.
rest
It's
of
just
us.
it's
Wait,
got,
why don't you look at porn on your phone?
I don't like it. I feel really weird looking at porn on my phone.
But no one's asking to jerk off right here.
So do you know when you go to a coffee shop and you see a guy and he's like click 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 on his laptop? He's jacked off in front of that laptop. Like, do you know when you like?
Hopefully.
Do you
But
know
this
when
is
you have,
the
like, a
fundamental
substitute-
difference.
You know when you go to like a college class
Okay.
and the teacher is like some
Jerking off in
guy
front of you?
and he's setting up a PowerPoint presentation.
Right.
He's jacked off in front of
Okay,
that laptop.
but this argument is
So?
semantically
You know what? I've
defunct.
never jacked off in front of this phone.
Great. These
Hand
are
to
all
God in
great.
front of
Why
These
not?
are all
What's the
great.
point?
Shut up. These are all great.
do you want
no one's
popcorn?
asking.
Do you want HD corn? You want
No.
black corn?
No one's asking
mature
you to jack
corn?
off right now.
Cartoon corn? Corn toys?
Listen, I think we
Interracial
all want
corn?
Interracial corn.
Want interracial corn?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Boom! There it is. There's all the interracial corn.
That's hilarious.
This is
Interracial corn.
truly hilarious.
Comments. That's so hot.
Nice.
Agreed. I love how the black corn shoved itself inside of the little teen. Her cob was so tight.
People are actually getting off to this.
Yeah. Ha ha.
Oh my
And
god.
Yo,
Their name is
yo,
Christopher
my
Lee.
brother, this sturf, all the giggity,
Please stop.
cud,
Please stop.
dis,
Please stop.
the
Please stop.
bestest grammar there
No.
ever was. You know way I saying brother.
Mike.
Parenthesis.
Stop.
I'm talking like this because this is what all you dumb shits sound like when you comment. Seriously, you sound like 3-year-olds. Other parenthesis.
All right, now that no one's listening, I just want to say
Yanking your
one
knob
ever
on the
used-
corn on the cob.
I have a strong anti-corn policy with my phone.
yeah, it's not even porn. You wouldn't even look at corn on your
I won't even
phone.
look at corn.
I get how you don't want to jack off in front of your phone. Totally valid.
I don't get
Nobody
that.
was asking you to jack off right now. Nobody was
Speak for
asking
yourself.
you
Speak
to,
for
to
yourself.
whip out your
I was
dick
100%
and
asking
jack
Mike
off
to
on
jerk
your
off
phone.
right here.
I want that corn in my mouth.
I just want to believe you're like, I cannot even look at porn academically because as soon as it hits my phone screen, I'm going to be furiously masturbating. And I,
think
have
you
an
the self-control issue, and that's why you don't want to. And that's why you don't want to
Guys,
play
I
on your
have 2
phone.
laptops and I have 1 dedicated pornography laptop.
You have a go-to porn
I
laptop?
have a porn-specific laptop.
Is it waterproof?
That's insane.
No. It's an older one.
Is it cum-proof?
I'm gonna say no.
No, it barely works anymore. It is very laggy.
Mostly still images.
Yeah.
I crashed my mom's work
JPEGs that
computer.
are half loaded. I come to. That was back in the
Just
day.
GIFs that won't load.
Yeah, GIFs that are just a still.
That's all the Tumblr porn I've ever watched.
Tumblr
just
porn. Shout
just
out to Tumblr
Tumblr
porn, dude.
that wouldn't. It just GIFs that wouldn't load.
Not a full video, just a little GIF, bro. Shout out to my CD.
You loaded.
Oh, I loaded all over my little tum tum.
My little tum tum, get some cum, I rub it around, yum, yum, yum. That's a new song.
That's why my belly is so soft.
Yeah. God's lotion.
Kayla, you alright?
How you doing, Kayla?
I worked in an old folks home one time.
This is the plot of
Mike,
many
you're
a
not on
relationship.
this podcast. Mike.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, gay Mike.
Gay Mike.
You're
Okay,
big
anytime
gay?
you guys hear another mic, that's just our Mike's gay inner monologue coming out. So please understand.
There's only one mic in this room.
only one mic, but there's 2 mics inside.
Yeah,
So I worked at this old folks
one
home,
mic's inside.
and the all the other Hispanic
Inside.
caregivers. Hispanic caregivers were talking about how soft jizz on your face makes your skin during our crossover report. And I was like, Tell me more. But I was also like confused.
Yeah.
Like you guys just get. Is this just how they all verify that their husbands are coming on their faces? They just cover for it by being like.
I guess so.
So if you see a really wrinkle-free lady, you can assume that she gets a facial often. If you know what I'm
Get some
saying.
good creaming on the.
Well, I know through high school I had really bad acne and I was coming on my face every single day. So I don't know what. I don't think that's true.
What's your skincare regimen now?
Nothing.
Did everybody in your family have problematic skin in their teens?
Yeah, so my kids are all going to have pretty good personalities.
I had a great skin in high school. I had never a pimple, and now I have terrible breakouts.
I've always had like this amount, so like not many.
I thought you were Scandinavian, though. I thought you didn't have any acne. Is your mom Scandinavian?
My mom is my mom.
Really?
Right?
Your mom's your mom?
She's a mom, and she's going to stay out of this.
Hopefully.
What kind of gender, ethnicity? What's your mom's age, sex, location?
How good is her skin?
His
My
mom
mom's
looks
skin
good.
is strikingly soft.
Wow, that's not what I was asking.
And we know why.
Oh boy. Okay, we're not gonna go there. Yeah.
My dad once told me, he walked in the room, there was a Viagra commercial on, and he was like, I don't know when I'll ever need that. I'm like, oh, it's good to know you have
Holy
no problem banging my mom.
Fuck. That's so. That doesn't mean he's banging your mom. It just means he's getting like confused boners alone in the garage.
Did you ever see those commercials where like it was about a guy? It was about like one guy was like Dan. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
check out Dan at the
Smiling
pool.
at the pool. Yeah, he had that whistling song with it
Yeah.
too, or something like that.
Like
yeah, I
Dan
remember.
never gets soft. Dan's hard as fuck.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Those were good commercials. And then
I-
Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson
The sandwich shop.
Jimmy Johnson was he's a football announcer. He was like the head coach for the Cowboys,
Yeah.
and he endorsed like some kind of sex pill.
Really?
But I just thought it was hilarious that his
Oh, that's
name was
awesome.
Jimmy Johnson.
Wasn't it like Extends or something?
I think it was Extends. Yeah,
You know John Madden is gay?
he's gay for turkey.
John Madden. You know the Madden franchise, the Madden games? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And who? and the guy they're named after, John Madden.
I don't
Who?
know what you're talking about. That's insane.
Yeah, he was a football player. He was a football coach. He coached the Raiders
Well-
for a while. He was really good,
He
yeah.
was a good football coach, but he barely played football.
Okay, yeah.
He broke his knee super early on.
I think Wikipedia does not confirm or deny this, but it looks like it denies this.
So
So that's what I said?
Yeah.
Cum makes your skin soft.
Usually, if someone has a part of their Wikipedia profile that says personal life, it means they're gay, but his section that says personal life doesn't.
It means
I heard
they're
John
gay
Madden was
or they
gay.
have
I
kids.
didn't
Where'd
know.
you hear that?
Some gay guy told me while I was blowing him in an alley. He's like, by the way, John Madden's gay. And I'm like, oh, shit.
I don't think that's true at all.
Yeah.
I feel like he's like a super straight, red-blooded
That's
American.
when all the super straight
Yeah.
guys are actually gay, Mike.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, shit. I have a problem I need to address.
I have a lot of figuring out to do.
JohnManGay.com is available for
Oh,
$11.99. There's so many
I'm
good
surprised it's so
fucking...
cheap. I thought that was a real conspiracy. Huh.
I've never heard that before. I know he likes, like, turduckens.
He does? Well, that's
Yeah.
sort of gay.
No, but, like,
Heard it.
more than that. He likes the... Like,
He doesn't fly anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
he likes
Flies,
the...
don't they?
He only takes, like, train or bus.
So he loves to eat birds and he won't fly. What does that tell you?
Well, he doesn't eat flightful birds. He eats, like...
He eats the birds that stay on the
He eats a
ground.
duck inside of a
Ducks
chicken.
fly.
Barely.
Ducks fly, bro.
Do ducks fly?
Mr.
I mean-
Mallards are my favorite animal.
Mallards are my favorite animal.
Ducks don't fly.
Ducks
I don't know.
totally fly.
Some ducks fly. But like they aren't like when you think about like flightful birds, ducks aren't your go-to.
And man, anytime I think about flightful birds, I get a chill down my spine and I can't really move anymore, dude.
Yeah, because of your
Birds scare the shit
your
out of me.
phobia of birds.
I have a phobia of wings and birds.
You
Yeah,
don't
totally.
like chicken wings?
What do you
I
think
love
about
chicken wings.
what do you think about like X-Men 3 though? What that do with wings?
Dude, do I look like a fucking nerd, bro? Do I look like a fucking nerd? No, I don't.
That shaved head? I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
No. They don't show us that in jail.
You're playing dominoes in the park.
I never learned how to play dominoes in my 6 hours in jail. I tried to learn.
Yeah, no, like
Like, how do you get dominoes in here?
not like
Who do I gotta talk to? Can I get some dominoes in this?
no wise African American fellow teach you.
You gotta
You talked in riddles.
get a man person in there, man. I don't know what to tell you.
You gotta go in there, you gotta find the biggest dude, and you gotta suck his dick.
My mom always says that my dad couldn't go to jail because he'd be everybody's bitch.
Nice.
You ever see the video
Mom
where
sounds
like
nice.
you ever see the video? It's this big black dude.
Kayla has been so upset since he started talking about football.
We're not talking about football,
Yes.
we're talking about
Big black dudes.
boxes.
This video. He's like, you know the saying, you gotta. Yeah, I guess so. It's the last one.
Oh, I have a bunch in my fridge.
Wow, can I have some?
You do not have a bunch in your fridge. Chris has
Alright,
a bunch in your
you know,
fridge.
let's just tie this up. Thank you for listening to Three Cute Boys. This has been a phenomenal podcast.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Thank you for listening. Catch us on Spotify. Catch us on iTunes, Google Play. We're gonna be on a radio show tomorrow, I guess. Who the fuck knows? I love you.
I love you. Kayla, say something.
Witchcraft.
Yeah, witchcraft.
Hold on.
Really worried she's an inside job.
You were an inside
iPhone in
job.
my hand, scrolling through the gram, and I see a video with toes in the sand. I press play, I wait for it to load. I watch it for a second just to see where it goes, but I must be missing something, cause all I see is toes. And then I see it loop, and that's how I know it's not a video. It's just a little GIF. Not a full video, just a little GIF. Three cute boys, baby. That's a Ferdinandson guarantee. And only I can say that.